Al here. Hi, everyone. Today we're going to talk about the top 10 BL dramas that you cannot miss here in 2024. Some of these are a couple years old, and I've been doing this for a while now. I would say going on 5, 6 years. And that's a whole nother video about my story there. But I wanted to get this video out to you as soon as possible to get my channel up and running and just going. I want to be able to um, get you ready to fall in love with all different types of BLs or dramas, because we have your K, C, TAT, Fs, which are all of the Asian ones. So you're talking your Chinese, Korean, Taiwanese, Thai, Japanese, J's, and sorry, there's a siren there, and Filipino. So you can let me know which one is your favorite. I have my favorite, of course, but then again, sometimes it does depend on the mood I'm in, because each one is a little bit different, the way they deliver their language, whether I'm in tune with the language for the day. So all sorts of exciting things and ways to think about all the BLs that are out there. So what we're going to be doing is discovering new BLs, and we're going to be I'm going to be giving you a list of my top 10. So hopefully you will learn to figure out what it is that you like about them. Maybe watch them. Let me know what you think of them. Or where you've seen them already. Oh my gosh, how wonderful will that be? If you've already seen them, you already know what you love and what you don't like, which ones you've liked, which ones you have not liked. So I'm going to just pull up here some of my little images. So bear with me. I'm doing this for fun. And I'm just wanting to connect with other people who are maybe a little bit elderly, who just love what you love. That's what my channel is all about. So I'm going to concentrate on talking about different dramas, particularly BLs, and K-pop, particularly Stray Kids, because Stray Kids have become something I've become addicted to over the last 4, 5 years. It's just fun. So I'm here to do some fun. First one up. This is my little laptop here. I didn't want to write them all down. Oh, these guys. I love them. Until We Meet Again. Not the first one I've ever watched. I think it was maybe the second or third BL that I've watched many, many years ago. And this is saying for me, I have watched over 700 dramas. Okay. That in itself is a little crazy. Only a few hundred. I have to look up the number, a few hundred BLs, but if you take in the C dramas and but the regular straight stuff, straight shit is what my daughter says. Oh, mom, you're looking at the straight shit. The Asian straight shit is awesome also. So there's ones there that I absolutely love. But we're going to start with Until We Meet Again. And Until We Meet Again is one of those that tearjerker. From the first, I think, literally 10 seconds, crying. I'm not a huge crier, but the acting, the storyline is interesting and different. Um, Phenomenal. This is one of my top stories ever, because it was just kept me guessing for a little while there. Very interesting. Again, when you have good acting, it makes a big difference. And out of the hundreds that I've watched, there's some that I just watched because I had nothing better to do. It was the middle of the night and I needed to decompress. It was my decompression and getting maybe a little bit of a happy endorphin there. But that was one that I just binge watched over a weekend. Okay, next one. Number 2, Semantic Error. So fun, so lovely. These guys are just both so cute. And, one of the things that grabs me when I have to watch any of my BLs is that they're handsome men. They have to be nice to look at, which almost every actor or actress out there is. So this was another one that was just greatly done. A little bit of a different story, but I love the enemies to lovers story is a Semantic Error. So is another enemies to lovers, Bad Buddy. And one of the sad things about this one is that the two main characters are no longer paired together, because they in real life had a falling out, and they don't talk to each other, even when they have their main events, which of course I look at all that stuff too. But it doesn't matter. This is still a great, great story. They're still both great actors and did a wonderful job with this one. And, it gave me one of those, a good, nice, fun, fuzzy feeling, which is what I'm going for here. So I think that was number 3. 4, Where Your Eyes Linger. It has been a long time since I've seen this one. And what I loved about this one too is there is very few that I could go back and watch again. And Where Your Eyes Linger, I remember there's certain scenes that I just love to go back and watch because I really liked these two actors. And there are certain things that are just really deep and in depth that will take you on a little bit of a roller coaster there, and just a story that developed in a nice way that I liked. So, Old Fashioned Cupcake. So here is one that an older gentleman that is in this story. An Old Fashioned Cupcake is, it was just a really good story. And my daughters, and I'll probably have another video or two that is just going to be on ones that would be viewable for more of a younger crowd. I still watch the teenage ones. I will still watch the high school ones, the college version ones, the workplace ones. And of course, I prefer the workplace ones, of being the older than an adult. But one of my daughters watches the ones, and she really loves the ones in the high school versions. So sometimes those will like irk me a little bit, but they're still, if it's a good story, it's a good story. If it's a BL, it's a BL. I gotta love it. So this Old Fashioned Cupcake, though, are older gentlemen in the workforce, and it's just a good story. I'm going to say that over and over again. It's just a good one, and if you want one that's a little bit more mature based on work environment, that one's a good one. So History 3, Trapped. I'm going to have to do one on just all of the histories. It's called His Story, but it's history, and History 3, Trapped, is another one that I absolutely loved. They're adults. There's a little bit of crime in there, and a bad guy and a good guy, and they fall in love, and one's a criminal, but you gotta do what you do when you love who you love. I always was hoping that they came out with another like second story to it, because that last scene, it was satisfying but not satisfying. I wanted a little bit more, and you watch it and you tell me what you think. Leave a comment as if you thought the same thing. I don't want to spoil it for anybody who has not seen it yet, but that's that one. Okay, Wandee Goodday. These two are just so freaking adorable. They're just so cute. They're too cute, and they have the shirt off for most of the time. So a good majority of them, that's always a good thing. Sometimes with these, depending on whether it's a J drama, K drama, or a C drama, with the Chinese ones, are very limited on what kind of spiciness, is what I call it, that they can show. So sometimes you will just not even have a kiss, and sometimes you will have a little bit more than a kiss, and sometimes they try to get a little bit more explicit and will give you the scenario of what had happened, and all of a sudden they wake up and the next to each other with the shirt off. So that one of the things that I love about these Asian dramas is that they put so much more into the feeling and the storyline at times. Wandee Goodday is one that I just rewatched. I'm not a rewatcher. I know I just said that. I'm not a rewatcher, but that's why I made this list, because I loved it. I could have done without the last 2 episodes, I think. That just made it a little funky and weird for me, but it's still so good throughout, still so good up until then, that it's worth the watch and worth the mention for sure. Love in the Air. I think I have like 2 or 3 more. So we have Love in the Air. Love in the Air is you always have the main people in the story, and then you have the sub, I shouldn't say sub, but the secondary couple. And a lot of the times the secondary couple is better than the main couple. So depends on what you like, what kind of story you like. You know, sometimes there's a theme to a plot that doesn't I don't like, and sometimes one just grabs you more than the other based on the mood that you're in, because you know we're all watching this at different times of our lives. But Love in the Air has two different stories, two different the two that are involved here have two very different plots. So it was another one that was just different than the norm, than your cut and paste. This is step one in a story, step two in a love story, step three in a love story. This one took you for a little bit of loop and had some interesting storylines in it. And they just, they did good. There was a little bit of spice in this one too. So fun, 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 fun. That was a good one. That was a good one. And I like this one too. Both my oldest daughter and I really liked this one quite a bit. So that's a good one. Not that we didn't love every one of these. TharnType. Okay, this is the first one that I've ever watched 5 years ago that got me hooked. The story will come on what my daughter and I and how we got into it back in the day, but this is the first one that she turned me on to. And so, you know, you may see some of these people on here and be like, they look familiar, or if you were to see them in a story now, they're much older because, you know, this was done years ago. But there's a little bit of controversy with some of the storyline on this one. So the controversy being how the love may have been forced a little bit upon a person or two throughout. So, you know, some people see it as bad and thought of it as negative. But I found it to be a little bit realistic in some parts, and overall just good. So, and I guess maybe because it was my first BL, I really enjoyed it. I liked the roller coaster that it took me on. And at a point where I was just, you know, had my happy endorphins with that one. So my last one I'm going to talk today about is Together the series. This is another older one. I believe they were in college for this, and the two leads in this are just so cute. That takes a story a long way. And you know, the story overall is a good one, and I hope that you watch it, and I hope you enjoy it. I would like for you to let me know what you think about any of these top 10 that I have here for you. And I'm hoping that what I did was give you one or two to think about that you may not have watched, and so you can watch. Let me know what you think. I would love to dive deeper into maybe one or two of these. I may rewatch one or two of them. Like I said, I just finished rewatching Wandee Goodday, so that was a fun one for me to review and look at again. So I hope you enjoy this. Stay tuned. I'm going to keep posting some more stuff, whether it's going to be for BLs or K-pops, particularly Stray Kids. And I hope that you keep and stay tuned in. And if there's anything else that you really want to hear about when it comes to any sort of dramas, let me know. I would love to maybe watch it. I probably have already watched it. And I'd love to leave some comments on it for you and about it. So take care. Thank you so much for joining me. And I hope to see you and talk to you all soon. Be kind. Thank you.